Here we go, ladies. Welcome back, episode 25 of the Legends and Dragons podcast. We are here at the Legends Lair here in Hurst, Texas. I am here with the ladies of Legends.
I'm Chance Burleson.
Chance Burleson. And then he goes, Jimmy Klaus. That's all right. I'll say my name. Jimmy Klaus. No, but kind of throw it off there. We have, listen, I've been fanboying. I told Chance I've been fanboying about this because you're karate. We'll get into that in a second. You're karate and stuff. But anyways, before we get into it, Chance is not here. We kicked him out. Nikki kicked him out because she wants to. She's a better co-host, if you will, anyway, than Chance. Hey, Chance, when you watch this and listen to us, Nikki says that we have to get rid of these cords on the microphone. She said they're archaic.
They are.
We need, what did you say? We need
Wireless.
I think we had wireless before and it really messed it up. Yeah, I think that's where it messed up the...
You guys probably hooked it up wrong.
Listen, I know this is going to shock you. We probably did. we absolutely... I know this is going to shock you, but I wasn't really... This is a very poor man's podcast, so welcome to the poor man's podcast. Nikki, you agree with that?
I've been on a podcast till today.
Yeah, okay. Hey, have you guys been down Precinct Line Road? Like, down...
A lot of times.
Yeah, but have you noticed the goats?
No.
On Precinct Line?
Actually goats?
Yeah, they're actually goats. True story.
What do you sell?
True story. So after my house got flooded 2 years ago, I've been on the city of Fort Worth, and I wouldn't let them just, it was like a pit bull to the throat. And so their plan, even though they put it in the budget, like $2.9 million for all the flood and irrigation, whatever, their idea right now is goats. To put goats on Precinct Line and Trinity Boulevard. Right there, past the railroad tracks. Mm-hmm. And so there's goats. To eat all the...
For the grass?
To eat all the... overhang. No, all the overhang stuff and all the... I had no idea. I was like, so I've been fighting for 2 years, and what I get is goats and a donkey to protect the goats. Did you know that donkeys protect goats? I know that donkeys... Yeah, I believe that donkeys protect Shrek because it was in that movie. It was in that movie with Shrek. So
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie. So, hey, last week, Chance and I talked about pumpkin spice season. Yeah, we did. Chance, he's not really a pumpkin spice guy, and I told him that my Xanax is pumpkin spice flavored. So with all of this talk, so Chance brought up basic white girl. And now that I have two white girls on the show here today, what is the definition of a basic white girl? Like, what is it? Like, if you hear, oh, you're a basic white girl, like, I mean...
Who am I to say? I don't know.
You don't know? So you don't know. I mean,
I was homeschooled, so I don't know a lot
you don't know.
of cliche society things.
I like that.
I think that women or people should be able to drink whatever coffee they want without being persecuted.
Oh,
that's true.
That being labeled.
And
basically.
labeled, yeah.
However, for goodness sake, don't call it pumpkin spice unless it's got pumpkin in it.
That is true.
It's spice for apple pie.
Yeah.
As well, so
yeah, shoot, the pumpkin spice at Starbucks does not have pumpkin in it. Miriam just read to me.
Does it not?
No.
It's just spice.
Pumpkin syrup?
I have no idea what it is.
I don't think so.
Huh.
Don't we have somebody from Legends here? Don't they work at
Yeah, Liam.
Liam? Hey, Liam, if you're listening, what's in pumpkin spice?
We want to know.
We want to know. And what makes a basic white girl?
Clearly we don't know.
we don't know. We just say it a lot. Alyssa, so I want to know, and our viewers want to know because they obviously have a lot of love for you and are excited about you being on the podcast. So when did you begin your martial arts journey?
I began almost 18 years ago. So in January.
January means 18 years. Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I am about to turn 30 in
wow.
What day is it? 18
days. I would have lost it. 18 days, you'll turn 30.
18 days, yeah.
So is this the only school? Is this your first school that you started at?
Not really. So I said I was homeschooled, and this was how my martial arts journey began. We were part of a homeschool co-op at our church that we were going to at the time, and my parents were looking at extracurricular activities, and they're like, hey, they have karate. You want to try that? And I was like, sure.
That
was it.
So are you from Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Born and raised in Texas. So 12 years old. So what was your favorite? So you just jumped on the mats and was like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
It wasn't even a mat at the time, actually.
Oh, yeah?
So Penny Teetsy is part of Christian Soldiers, and she was teaching at the homeschool co-op at that time. And so we just started with her, and then I liked it so much, and my sister was doing it with me at the time. I liked it so much that I wanted to do it over the summer because, school.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, there are these guys in Hearst, because we live in Hearst. They're meeting at the Hearst Rec Center. They're connected with, Chance Burleson, and we had been to a tournament. That's the first time I met him.
Okay.
It's like, I was terrified.
Terrified you?
Yeah, it was like,
why are you terrifying people, man? Terrifying them. So
I thought he was cool too.
Yeah.
So
did he have the long beard at the time? Like the...
Oh,
Do you remember?
no. He had like a little goatee, I think. It was like some of those pictures on the wall over there. You can't see on the podcast, but they're there. So yeah, over the summer, we were at the Hearst Rec Center with Chris Myatt. That was before he tested for his master.
Okay.
And so that was how we got connected with, it was Outbound Karate at the time, not even Legends yet.
So, Outbound Karate. So you're technically a master now, aren't you?
I am.
Master Pruett. What is it, Master Alyssa? What do they call you on the mats?
Master Pruett.
Master Pruett. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you started here when you were a teenager then? I mean, obviously a teenager, right? About 13, 14?
That's about right, 13.
Man, so you've been here almost when did they open the doors?
Really, I was still 12 once I joined.
Oh,
It was
really?
over the summer.
Or 12. So have you ever had to use your karate? Never.
No.
I don't think people would bully you anyway. So what is your favorite thing about, or what is your favorite piece of karate? Is it sparring, the kali, the katas? Is it all?
Kata is, I have to say, kata is my first love in martial arts.
Your katas are, the first time I saw your kata, I wasn't even in martial arts yet. I think I took Talon to a tournament, and you did a kata, and I was like, that's a solid. I mean, your katas are so amazing. Like, I think Valdez has a solid kata, and you have it's just so crisp and so clean. When I saw it, excuse me. So when I saw that, I was like, man, that girl, she's a baddie. She will absolutely. So you started kata. Obviously, you destroyed people at tournaments. I think you destroyed people.
Not every time, but
Well, a lot of the times. So you have the kata, and then what would you say your next best thing?
Kali.
Yeah.
I'm training with Sifu Tomho, so chance of training with him together, and hopefully in the next year, possibly, I don't know, we might test for our black belt. So
yeah, explain Kali then. Is it a separate martial art altogether? So you start off as a white belt.
Filipino knife and stick.
So you start off as a white belt on. Is that the same thing for Kali?
The belt order and the belt colors are a little bit different for his system.
Okay.
He's just up the road. Great school. Highly recommend.
Okay. So kata, Kali, sparring.
Maybe. I used to despise sparring. I never liked getting hit.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was very good at it. And so if I'm not as good at something, it's hard for me to enjoy it. Is what I've found in my life.
Okay.
So finally got over that in the past few years, I want to say. And now I love it. So
Nikki, she pretty good at sparring. I don't think I've ever sparred you.
we've sparred like once,
Not
twice,
very
maybe.
often.
Yeah.
I think we sparred when I was like maybe a white belt or something.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
So tomorrow sparring, both of y'all, huh?
I'm not cleared to spar yet.
Oh, what happened?
Another injury.
Oh man, but you still train? I'm glad you brought this up. Do you still train when you're injured?
Yes, to some extent. I do what I can without exacerbating the injury.
Yeah. See, that's what we've talked about on this show many times about training when injured. Like there's something that you can do.
Yes.
Listen,
Definitely.
there's something you can do. Get yourself
Kali.
on the mat. That's right. So do it. So I have been asked to ask you about your hair.
Yes.
So, of course, I have no hair. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but I have no hair. Chance has no hair. So this would have been a beautiful topic, but y'all have hair. But your hair, I asked Journey. She was like, Journey said, hey, Dad, ask Alyssa about her hair. I was like, well, what about? ask her if she uses it as a weapon, because I've seen her spark Jacob and use it as a weapon. Have you used it as a weapon?
No.
So she's just making this up. Like
Okay, so inevitably, when I turn and do things, my braid comes. It's like I keep it braided when I'm doing martial arts.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it just inevitably comes around, but I can't use it as a weapon, or can't do what people have suggested, which is put a knife at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's a horrible idea.
Wait. No, I was going to ask that. I think it's a great idea. Have you ever tried it?
I haven't, for this very reason. It's at the start of, is it Konkudai, I think? The kata.
Okay.
And the first move is here. And every single time that I would do it for a few months, the end of my braid would right in my face. So I would die if I
That would suck to have a knife right there in the middle of the kata. I mean,
slash your face.
be a great story, though.
Yeah, I mean, I guess of how stupid I was.
Well, welcome to the club. Because we do some pretty stupid stuff. But what you need to do, put a plastic knife out, like at the end, and try it.
But it would still hurt.
Mm-hmm. I think you could
Like
choke
it in
people
the
with
face.
it.
Oh,
Yeah,
choke.
that legit. Yep,
So you use your braid like a gate.
Grappling.
like a flexible
grappling.
weapon.
Yeah. Or like a self-defense.
Yeah, that's a great
Oh
idea.
my goodness, you should try that.
Dana Asando actually does that with like a sarong.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have long hair though, does it? Are you going to grow your hair out long to choke people with it when you're grappling?
I don't think so. No.
It is getting
Yeah.
pretty long.
It is getting
It is long. You never
long.
consider. If I had long hair, I would 100% choke people with my hair. I would just like if I had long hair like yours, I would wrap it around their neck and choke. Kind of like what Greg and Philip do with my belt. Like they take my key belt and then they choke me with my own belt.
That's fun.
I mean, I think it's funny. I mean, I think it's pretty cool.
I've never had occasion to choke someone with my hair.
Wow. Well, you should. Next time you do grappling. So you are a mentor here at
I am.
Legends. When do you guys normally become mentors?
When someone asks you.
So it doesn't matter
After
what.
black.
Yes,
So it's
Black
after.
belt.
So it's after black belt.
it is.
Okay. So after black belt, you asked. So you would ask Alyssa to be like you could ask her to be your mentor, right? Because you're a fifth degree. You're a first degree.
Correct.
Or second degree. Well, your first second degree. So first degree. So does it have to be someone? I'm assuming it'll be higher rank, right?
Yes,
So
you need to. Yes.
okay. So like an orange belt couldn't say, "Hey, Miss Alyssa or Master Pruett, will you be my?"
Oh, that's what you mean. Gotcha.
So we don't select mentors until like it's second degree purple or brown belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's be an advanced belt.
So what do you do to mentor?
Basically, just help form and shape them for their black belt test. Make sure that they are absolutely prepared, because whenever we are mentoring someone and we send them to their black belt test, we're putting our black belt on the line, saying they're going to pass their test or I will lose my belt.
Really?
It's our stamp of approval.
Because
So
if I
it should be
belt,
good.
you know.
It's
Not in 20 years at least.
yeah.
I don't think, I don't know that.
Care a lot.
I know there's been a couple of people that fail from what I've been told, but I don't know if they were doing the mentoring.
Oh,
system
at the
that
time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys have revamped your system here. Right?
We have.
Yeah.
Routine.
What? Yeah. So what's been the biggest change? Because you've been here now for what? About almost 18 years, 17, 18 years.
That's right.
So what's the biggest change that you have seen from when the doors have opened in the mentor program, I should say? I mean,
Oh,
I
mentoring
won't go. I won't ask you from hey for 18 years from white belt down.
Oh.
Because there's been a lot of changes.
A lot of curriculum changes.
Yeah. Right. But what about the mentor specifically?
That's a good question. Well, Master Brandon and I, Master Grace Brandon, are working on, we might have finished it. I don't know. She has the document. Working on a document to help mentors know what all is expected of them, what all they're required to do. So honestly, I would say probably more structure. Another thing is that not everybody does one-on-one mentoring anymore. So, because it's a big sacrifice of your time, because
Yeah.
it's usually volunteer.
Okay.
So yeah,
So you and Nikki can be on a mentor team. Is that kind of like mentors together? Is there more than?
She would probably, if she had several mentees, then she might do a weekly session with all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rather than what people came to expect one-on-one training over the years.
So you have
And
like
that's
5
not-
mentors.
That's not being offered anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That
So
was
they're not required to do anything. As far as training sessions,
Yes.
designated training sessions. But
Yeah.
several of them will do like a weekly, okay, all my mentees come at the same time and we're going to go over everything.
Okay.
And some of them, like me, have started doing private lessons.
Okay.
So my mentees can pay me
Right.
for my time. And then it's like, it's a win-win.
Okay.
You know? And so I've found that whenever I do it that way, as opposed to the other way where they expect something, they are a lot more, they value the time a lot better. And I do too.
Right.
And so we each bring all of our heart, you know,
Oh, okay.
we bring our best.
Nice. So with that, then, so I was going to ask the question: did you guys always train, or did the black belt test held at the open air pavilion? Yeah.
Well,
Is it it's so movie like to me. Like the first time I went there and I saw the guys, if it's so cool. It is like so in my brain like a movie-esque, right? And then there's like a platform where I can just imagine like one of the masters just looking down and looking at everything going on, and
it's so cool.
It's awesome.
it is pretty awesome.
There were, it was for a couple years
That we've done here.
We had our tests here. I don't remember if it was because of Grandmaster Brylson's health or COVID at the time. No, it wasn't.
I think it was
because
before COVID.
It was because I remember I tested up there.
Last test.
We had to wear masks. It was grueling. That was my 4th degree test.
Oh my! Was it this summer?
No, it was October.
Oh, okay. Oh, because you guys do it twice a year, right? October.
We do.
Was it
You had to
April
wear
or
a mask
October?
on your test?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. During kata, during sparring, during the breaking, during our public speaking. We might have gotten into public speaking because we were alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really rough.
Oh,
Yeah.
you earned that 4th degree.
Yeah. Dude, with the sparring, you had mouth guard, face mask, headgear, and then the sweat and slobber. If that's TMI, sorry. But it'd just be soaked. It's so gross.
We were
I
crazy.
don't want to go back.
I watched
It's a crazy time.
Forged and Fired a lot, and the COVID episodes, the guys are in there forging with masks on. And you know it's like it's like
5,000 degrees.
so hot in there, and you're dealing with hot metal.
Why are we the way we are?
Yeah.
Humans are sometimes dumb. Hey, so you went to Japan this past year, right? On your mission trip? I have never been to Japan. I think it would be cool to go to Japan.
Highly recommend.
So how long were you there?
I was there 2 weeks.
And was it a mission trip? Oh, you said this time? Mm-hmm. So how many times have you been in Japan?
This is my 2nd time. So 7 years ago, I lived there for 3 months. And so it's kind of a mission trip, kind of what some people call a scouting trip.
Okay.
Basically just like learning the culture, learning the language, meeting people, things like that. So, yeah.
Did you do martial arts over there while you were
I
there?
did. Well, before I did, yes. I trained in traditional Shotokan Karate, JKA Shotokan Karate, which is Japan Karate Association.
Really?
So
How awesome was that? Tell me about that. I
So
didn't know.
great.
Yeah, walk me through that because I think it's pretty. We had Blas on the episode. He went to where did he go? He went to Thailand. So he was telling us his Thailand experience. I want to hear about this Japan experience. And before we start, I just want y'all to know, American movie makers out there, y'all had done screwed me up because I grew up. Every time I saw a movie or every time I saw someone of Asian descent, I was like, they know karate. I don't want to mess them up. Like, I don't want to mess with that. I don't know. Or is it just me? You'll never think. Yeah, see, thanks a lot, Hollywood, for screwing up another young mind. But anyways, Japan.
yes. So it was really cool because I met a dear friend, Kaori, this nice young mom 7 years ago. And she asked me why I was interested in Japan. And I was like, well, I did karate. And she's like, you did what? And I'm like, karate. And she's like, karate. And she's like, would you like to train here? And I'm like, or like, would you be interested? I'm like, sure, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And so she took the time to go research different schools. This is how sweet Japanese people are. It's crazy. She took the time to research different schools and found one within walking distance of where I was staying.
Okay.
And actually went with me with her baby and her like 2 or 3 year old girl. This was at night.
Okay.
The only time that they met there was a kids class.
Okay.
So I'm like 22 at the time.
Yeah.
And just with all these like 6 to 10 year olds, which is fine because we're all the same height. Some of them are taller than me. And it's all in Japanese. And so I'm like using my, I took 3 years of Japanese in high school.
Okay.
So I knew some of what they were saying, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
And it was just really cool. They had a couple different instructors, and one of the is an older lady who had a couple kids in the class. She was like a champion in Japan, and so she would often pair up with me and help me. It's like so cool. Yeah. And so my first night there, Kaori is like standing off to the side with her baby and her fingers are going, I want to go home. It's like 2 hours. She's standing there. It's like 9 o'clock at night. And I'm like, please, you can go home now. Like, thank you so much.
Yeah. But
so yeah.
She stayed for the whole 2 hours.
She did, yes.
Did the baby cry for a whole 2 hours?
No, not the whole time. But they were very patient.
Yeah. What's the Japanese culture like versus American culture?
Oh, that's a good question. I would say probably the biggest thing is that America focuses on individuality, and in Japan, they focus on conformity, kind of. So in some ways, that's really good because the crime rate is really low. Everybody takes out their trash. There's very little like litter around and everything. But one thing that's a real problem is the suicide rate is really high because people lose themselves in the sea of being the same as everyone. So I think, we could learn a lot from them.
Right.
Like crime is not good.
Yeah.
And like everybody in Japan is like thoughtful of how their actions will affect other people. I think that's amazing. It's like a very selfless culture. But there are also a lot of issues that they have that are just really heartbreaking.
What was your favorite food when you were there? What's the food like? What was the food like? I'm sure.
Delicious, amazing,
Is it
fresh.
like if you go to a Japanese restaurant here? Not at all.
No, not usually.
Yeah.
Sushi. Like you have never tasted sushi unless you have been in Japan and tried their sushi.
Really?
Yes. So a friend
is it fresh? Is it just?
Is it fresh?
Oh, it's yeah.
Here, this is how fresh it is. If it is caught that day, then it is served. If it's a day old, it's old. That's what a friend told me when I was there. I was like,
wow.
Have you found a sushi place here that even comes close to?
No. Now, there's like a couple that I'll go to sometimes, and it's like a 50-50 chance that day whether it'll be like pretty good or not. Sushi Axiom is pretty decent if I want more like Americanized sushi. And there's also Sushi Soho, which is in Bedford, and it's like an all-you-can-eat sushi.
You gotta try Blue Bear sushi.
Which
Which is by the old Machado school, or the Machado school.
You gotta send me that.
That's right.
I
mean, I've never been to Japan, so
Right.
for me, it's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you go to Japan?
Really good. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's just take Nikki. Take her to Japan with you.
We should just
Y'all should girls trip. Yeah, let's go.
Tomorrow.
Yay!
Yeah.
Do you have your passport?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys should absolutely go.
Yeah.
We'll
Just have
just
to
call
be
in
back
for the rest
for
of the week.
Tuesday because
Chance
going to Mexico.
You tell Chance like, yeah, I just gave you the week off. It'll be all right.
I'll probably go with you to Mexico too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, please do. Yes. Yes.
Look at that. See, I'm bringing people together here. You see how I wasn't invited? It is what it is. Well, speaking of not being, no, you're not sorry. You don't even sound sorry.
Do you speak Spanish or Japanese?
I mean, I could try. I mean, it'll be pretty horrible. I just want y'all to know, like, so Nikki, I want to brag on you for a minute. So, Chance is not here. right? So Chance sent us a text last night, and he has some prior engagements that he needed to be at. And so I was like, oh man, I won't. Well, I mean, we can skip a week of the podcast. And you stepped right in. Like I was like, that's what I'm talking about. And I told Chance, I'm like on the side. I told Chance on the side. I said, she's probably going to be 100% more or just better than you, and our viewership is probably going to triple.
Skyrocket.
Well, skyrocket. Well, then I told Miriam, she goes, "Oh, do you want me to come so you're not going to be outnumbered?" I looked at her. I was like, "What do you mean by that?" I was like, "You're just going to jump on the girl side, no matter what. It doesn't matter what I say. I have to watch what I say a little bit." She was like, "Yeah, right. No, you don't." I was like, "No, not ridiculous. I don't have to." But I am. I'm watching. I think this is amazing. Yeah, being very respectful. But so we tried a new sushi place off of Keller, and Keller was like
Miriam's post about.
Yeah, like I think it's like Lily, whatever. And I thought that was. I've never been to Japan. I thought that was very good. I don't know if it was because
Send me that.
it was the rice was warm. Like sometimes when they get the rice, it's like it's like cold and dry. Yeah,
That's the
but it was warm. Like the rice, it was. I'll send it to you. I think and to tell me if that's more like Japanese style food or not. So
Wasabi.
So of course here in America we have our fried.
Wasabi here.
What's that? The wasabi?
Yeah.
The wasabi here is not real. It's not real wasabi. It's horseradish.
It's an imitation wasabi.
Yes.
Where would you get? See, now I'm interested. Where would you get wasabi then?
Well, in Japan.
Well, I mean,
But you
I
can
can't
also order it on Amazon.
What is
Real
wasabi? Is it a plant? What is it?
It's a root. That's a good question.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
Plant root.
Hey, Alexa,
Sorry.
we don't have Alexa here. But go just have start cheating if I could.
Right.
I now because I'm going to have to
It's
look
so
at wasabi.
good. It's more. I don't know. It's more pungent, more mild, more sweet, and more. It's like it has way more diversity than
Oh, really?
horseradish.
Because I feel like the wasabi here will like clean my sinuses.
Oh, totally.
Like
But
wasabi dip.
oh yes, it's all in the nose. Yep. Oh, it's so good.
See, I want to.
So I got myself one, and I'm like
really?
adding it to ramen and
So
stuff.
is it just a plant? Is what do you mean? You shave
It's
like
imitate
some-
a little like toothpaste, but not tooth
Oh, okay.
wasabi paste.
I am cultured, guys. I'm not an uncultured swine like some of my friends think I am. So
There is one place that I've heard is as good as it is in Japan,
okay.
and it's called Coco Curry,
Okay.
and it's in Plano or something. It's like an hour away. But when I tried it in Japan, it was the bomb diggity.
Yeah.
And I miss it. And so I'm thinking about driving an hour away just to see if it's
Really? Wow.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Take Nikki. That sounds good. Nikki, go with her and try this. Try the place.
Yeah.
Cocoa Crispy or whatever. What was it called?
curry.
Cocoa
Japanese curry, if you've
All
never
right, I
tried
can't
it,
Oh,
is so good.
No, I have.
I didn't know they had.
So do they have like an a la carte sort of thing, or like because here in America we have like chicken fried steak, we have steak, we have like do they have, or is it just like in my brain I'm thinking it's just like rice, seafood, and soup.
Oh no, they have all sorts of fried stuff like tempura, tempura.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like shrimp and pork and the tonkatsu and
So how do they so
many fried things.
So when I was stationed in Germany, the family environment, it was like more of a family in Germany. Like they didn't try to kick you out to turn the table to make profit or whatever. Is that kind of like in Japan too? Like it's like I don't want to say ordeal, but like hours. Like is dinner like hours sort of thing because they're not pushing you out? Yeah, in restaurants or they.
Good question.
Because in Germany, I found like we can go out to dinner, bring families and stuff, and they won't even come to your table really unless you call them.
Yeah.
like they
That
don't.
part is true with Japan.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I never felt that I was being rushed out.
Yeah.
Like
Well, there's no
places here.
tipping in Europe.
There's no tipping.
There's also no tipping in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. So that
least
was
where
my
we live.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I bet they pay their workers there.
Yeah.
You think so? You think they pay their workers?
I bet
Hey,
they do.
American, do
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
American.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Man. So
I mean, what do I know? I've worked here.
Yeah.
But-
that's fair. Hey, did you see any mafia though when you were in Japan? Like, where did you see it?
oh, I heard about them, but if I saw any, I didn't know they were. I didn't see anyone with shades, you know.
Oh yeah, like the shades all the time. Did I tell you? Have I told you Have I told you my mafia story?
No.
So I'm going to tell. So when I was stationed in Germany, you can fly cheap on Ryanair. Like Ryanair was kind of like in my mind, it's more Southwest. So you can fly like $50 from Frankfurt to Rome or Frankfurt to wherever. So I went to Rome, and I had at the time we didn't have the phones, guys. We had this small little video camera thing. So I ate at a restaurant right across the street from the Coliseum, and it was a first turn. They're fighting.
He's trying to get in here. They're like, hey, we know martial arts.
That's right, they do. They look like they do.
Sparring is tomorrow, not today.
That's right.
Oh, is it the birds?
Yeah, the birds trying to get in.
my
there.
grackles.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah.
Look
at see how they're
I love them.
They're trying to get in right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was sorry guys, distracted again. See, we were like an ADHD.
I just think they're so gross that like I love them.
This is an ADHD right now. No, we're all over the place because I was distracted by the bird, and then what was I saying? Oh, the Coliseum. Yeah. So I ate it across the street from the Coliseum, and made great food. I mean, the Italians had thrown out too, but I'm sitting across from Coliseum, and two kids like are running. I say kids are probably late teens. They come zipping around. I mean, they're running, and these two grown adults are chasing these kids. And so they catch the kids because when the kids slip and fall, and they grab the kid, slam them against the garage. There's like garage doors, every so often. I think the garage doors maybe businesses, but whatever. They slam them against there, and I was like, "This is cool." So I had my camera, and I was about to walk, but the Italian waiter was like, "No, no, no, no." He was like, "That's my Italian my impersonation." No, 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 no. He goes, "Mafia." I was like, "What?" Because one of the guys looked like he was reaching into his jacket. And so then the Polizei comes and they take the kids away. I was like, what in the world? So I was talking to the waiter because he walked down there. Apparently those kids had pickpocketed the wrong individuals.
Oh, no.
And I was like, this is cool. But yeah, I guess if I was videoing, then I'd probably be sleeping with the fish.
Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, so I was asking about mafia. Once again, Hollywood jacked me up. Everyone knows karate in Japan, and everyone there's a big mafia family. I'm sure there is, by the way. Anyways, that's just my take on it. Anyway, so you were homeschooled. Were you homeschooled K through senior year? Or, yeah?
Whole time.
So the last podcast we had Nikki on. Nikki's going to be our guest next week, by the way. But we talked about music.
Oh,
Yeah, and Nikki and Chance have a different taste in music. So my question is, what kind of music do you listen to? And is it the same as what Chance and Nikki listen to? No. No. What kind of music? Like, what's your go-to?
Not great with genres.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah, I don't really know how to describe.
like jazz or classical.
Really, probably closer to like folk and indie, which is like so much more broad than
Okay.
it used to be. But yeah, one of my favorite bands would have to be Thrice, which is like experimental rock. It's kind of heavy sometimes.
Okay.
So I've got like that. And then there are some other artists like Ali Page, Emily Weiss, or I don't know how to say her name. I think that's how you say it. Yeah, just that have different, there's like Jonathan Ogden, just kind of like independent artists
Okay.
that have different things. So yeah, there's those. Skillet, Reliant K.
Okay. Yeah.
Older stuff, not newer stuff.
Okay.
so much.
Older stuff. Rolling.
Yeah,
Okay.
older stuff's better.
Okay.
Sorry.
And then Nikki, you and Chance, you guys are more of like the Smashing Pumpkins, the sad. What did we talk about before? You're
I
talking
do like
the
really
sad,
sad.
Electronic?
Yeah. Electronic is a lot of it.
sad electronic.
No. Well, there's some,
Is there sad
sometimes,
electronic?
That's true.
you know,
Really?
very like melodic.
Yeah.
For me anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not really into like screaming and stuff,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I pretended to like that for a lot of years.
Yeah.
And now I don't have to.
You don't have to pretend anymore.
So,
If it's done right, I
Yeah.
like it.
Oh,
if it's
man.
constant,
yeah.
Damn.
not good.
So bluegrass?
So I actually was a bluegrass connoisseur for some years.
Go on.
I'm not.
Yeah.
So I actually grew up listening to country music, but not like Nashville country music. Like I lived in Austin, so
Like George
it was
Strait.
Dwight Yoakam, the Mavericks, Flaco Jimenez, like
Yeah.
those.
I'm shaking my head. Yeah.
I've never heard of any of those.
Yeah, so they sound cool. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And so I grew up on a lot of that, and then I listened to pretty much strictly bluegrass for some years, like indie, contemporary bluegrass. Yeah,
That's cool.
That is pretty cool. Is it the banjo that kind of gives the bluegrass?
He loves
I
banjo.
did. Yeah, the banjo. When I see people play that banjo, I was like, see, because I dabbled in guitar a little bit, and then I tried to learn the piano. So I took like a year or two piano because Journey in Town was learning piano. I was like, oh, I want to learn piano too. I think it's pretty cool. So my piano, I'm not going to be called up anytime soon to be offered a job, by the way, to play the piano or one of these. Like every time my piano teacher was like, relax. Like apparently my shoulders are all tense and I'm just like playing like so. Yeah, exactly. I was like, he's like, you're not fighting the piano. Relax. I was like, okay. And then I'm like, yeah, exactly. I think so too. I'm more relaxed when I fight than I am to piano. And man, my palms are getting all sweaty. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to do it. But anyways, do you learn any instruments? Yeah. What instruments do you play?
I play guitar, piano, learning electric, learning bass, learning drums. I play the ukulele. I sing.
What? I did not know any of this. Nikki, what about you? You learn any instruments?
I played the flute in
Nice.
Are you talking about that little plastic flute thing that they gave us?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's a recorder.
No, I played the recorder. I got hot cross buns down, and Mary had a little lamb. I could play that on the recorder.
Yeah, no, I don't play it anymore.
Oh.
I tried. I did pick up the guitar a couple years ago, but it was short-lived. I did learn some riffs.
Oh, okay. All right. This Chance now. I'd say even
Some guitar.
some guitar, right? Because I remember him like sending me a picture of a guitar or something. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I don't know why I didn't put it together. Like, oh, you're probably playing, so you just sent me a picture of a guitar. So, well, anyways, so languages. So, so a little birdie, my daughter, she told me that you know multiple languages. How many languages do you know?
No.
Well, if I dropped you off in a country, which countries could you survive in? Like how many?
Probably like Mexico and Japan.
Mexico, Japan,
Yeah, Spanish, Japanese.
Okay.
I know some ASL.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So,
And that, like, I know a handful of words in other languages.
do you guys ever watch those clips of the individuals when they're talking and then they have the sign language person there and they don't even know sign language? Have you guys seen any of that?
Oh, maybe. What?
You guys have got to watch this on YouTube. There are some interviews where there is a press conference and the cops or whoever are there, and then an individual is trying to do their signing next to it, but they don't know.
They don't know sign.
They're just running their hands together. Please, when we're done later today, be like, oh, what did you say? And go watch it. Oh, it's the greatest thing ever. It's like I mean, I don't know what they're signing, but apparently people have said that's their what? Is this individual?
Wow.
So yeah. Anyways, that's just another off-topic thing. Hey, as you two are ladies, very evident.
Yes.
So you've been doing this now for, 12 years, almost 12 years, right? Yeah,
18.
18. I can't do math.
I was 12.
You were 12, that's right, 18 years. How long have you been doing it, Nikki? About 4 years. So this is a good opportunity for me to ask, because statistically speaking, I'm going to say that there are more men in martial arts than women. I don't know. You guys can fact check me. I think I'm pretty right there. So what would you do 18 years to encourage a lady that may be here that wants to try martial arts? Like, man, I don't know if I can do it. I don't want to do it. Like, I'm sure in 18 years you've come across these scenarios, right? So what do you tell a lady to encourage them to get on the mats?
It's 100% worth it. I think that you can't even begin to fathom all of the benefits that you'll gain from joining martial arts and from sticking with it. You don't have to be as good as anyone else. You're always working to get better than yourself. Like, I'm not trying to be better than Nikki. I'm not trying to be better than you. I'm trying to be better than me and who I've been in the past. So it's like all of us are on our own journey together, and it's totally worth it. Like, maybe you won't be able to do all the things that the men can do. Maybe you will, and don't let that stop you. Like, better is always good enough, and you can always start somewhere. So
That's good. Nikki.
I think one of the things that's the most attractive, or would be the most attractive to women in martial arts, is the sense of community that we have. I never experienced friendship in the way that I have it here ever in my life.
Yeah.
And I think it is part of that. I think we're using this term incorrectly, but like trauma bonding, where we're going through like really hard physical things together, and we're, and it's just that part of it's really great. And I think, like you said, I think a lot of people are afraid. Well, first of all, it's really scary to try something new.
So true.
At all.
Yeah.
100%.
And as human beings, not just women, like, we don't want to try something new because we don't want to look stupid.
Yeah.
We don't want to be uncomfortable. And so we don't do anything.
Yeah.
And so I think just going into it with the mindset of like, I am going to suck at this at first.
Yeah.
And just kind of having that expectation, but knowing that it's okay. And like, you're supposed to suck.
Yeah.
Like, you are not supposed to be good at something you've never done before.
That's true.
So just going into it with that mindset of, I know I'm going to be uncomfortable, but I'm going to stick with it, because I think that's one of the other most important things about anything in life that you do. It's like, I can buy a book on yoga and I can read it for 2 days, but if I don't practice what's in that book, and if I don't continue to do it, it's not going to benefit me at all.
Yeah.
Like, in order for it to benefit you, you have to stick with it. You have to stay. So it's just like, come in, start, and stay no matter what. That's the key, I think.
So let's talk about the community aspect, right? Because we talked about the mentor, and the mentor program here. But I'm sure that you women have some sort of, like, either group text, encouragement, whatever, Facebook, phone calls and stuff. How does that contribute to, I guess, encouraging people? Because I'm sure that you guys, like, you're probably going to be more comfortable going to Nikki
100%. Yeah.
than coming to me.
That's
with
so
something,
true.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, so that's something too with the community aspect of it.
I mean, I feel like it happens more organically than
Yes.
like we have a text thread where we're like, go.
Go team, go. Yeah.
It's not really like that. But, when Alyssa and I cross paths on an issue, or we, have a common goal, like, we're there for each other when we're on each other's side. And like, we know that,
Yeah.
there's not every person do I talk to every day, but I know that, like, if I need something, that they would be there for me and I would be there for them.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
So let me ask you to this, because I just had this conversation again with my daughter, with Journey, in the jujitsu world now. She's got started that, which is really cool, because she's driving herself.
Awesome.
Now she's not even waiting for me. She's like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to jujitsu." I'm like, okay, not have to work for it. It is huge, but she ran across not being comfortable sparring, or rolling with another guy, rolling with a guy. And I know that we have talked about this before, Nikki, on the podcast, but Alyssa, I want to get your take on this too. Have there been times, let's just say Journey comes to you and go, "Hey, we're feeling really uncomfortable. I don't want to spar him. I don't want to spar him." What would you tell her? Well, how would you encourage someone that's feeling uncomfortable?
I would say absolutely. And you could be feeling that for a reason. I mean,
Yeah.
I've come across that a lot of times. And when you're sparring and grappling somebody, there's a certain level of trust that you have to have, because it's like, I don't know. I feel like fighting or grappling someone is like, I don't want to say intimate, but
we talked about that.
You bring a closer part of yourself, and you don't want to share that with just anyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay to say no, thank you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And
To
you don't
anyone for any reason, and you don't have to explain.
no is a complete sentence.
Yeah.
You need to hear that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to be rude or, anything, but say no.
Yeah.
Yep. There are a
That's
lot
good.
of people I won't spar, a lot of people I won't grapple.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear.
There are a few people that I will spar and a few people that will.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because I think you and I have sparred once. Nikki and I have sparred a handful of times.
Have we sparred?
We have sparred.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It used to,
It's been a while.
it has been a while, and you have beat me up. And then of course, sparring with Nikki. So I had this conversation with Journey, and of course with Miriam, because as a guy, I want to not only do I want to respect my wife,
Yeah.
but and I also want to respect the partner. We talked about this. Chance and I did last week, and there is an intimacy
There is.
with it, not like our, my wife and I being intimate, but there's a different kind of intimacy when you're sparring with someone in your fight, because you're right. So for me, when the professors or coaches pair me up with a woman, I'm a punching bag. That is my
Right.
They put me in even when on jujitsu. If I'm ever partnered up with a woman, then Professor Greg had this math equate, like, was it 90-10 or 80-20 or something, like 20% you're inside control and you're bound, but the rest of the time you're not. Like, you're letting the lady get the work in.
Yeah.
So
That is something that's one of your strengths for sure.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah, I know, but sometimes my strength can also really give me some ibuprofen because taking me to the arm bars and
So is she dealing with being assigned to a particular partner that she's not comfortable with?
Somebody
in
came up
class?
to her and asked her to.
Okay, yeah.
Right, and that's what I told her too.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I want all the ladies. out
Especially
there.
because she's a minor, isn't she?
Yeah, she'll be 18 here
Right.
in a
But
few
you
weeks.
can all, no matter how old you are.
Right, exactly. That's what I want you ladies out there to hear, and you men here as well, because we talked about this last podcast. There's a responsibility, if you're a man, to make sure you're protecting these ladies here at the same time, and show respect, obviously. But you can say no. Say no. Like, if I came up to Alyssa and be like, "Hey, you want to spar?" She goes, "No, okay." It's not being such a whip about it. Like, I can't believe she said no. Like, yeah, it's not personal. You might suck.
Or
you might
it might
stink.
be
You might-
personal.
Yeah, or it might be.
It might be.
It might be personal.
It's not your business if they
You
don't
might
tell
stink.
you.
Exactly. It's not your business. Like, man up. God.
Just get over
Yeah,
it.
just get over it. Exactly. But anyways, I'm glad for that right there. So what do you think the biggest thing is? I believe that you guys do a great job, and Legends does a great job of the women's self-defense. And so with the women's self-defense, what have you seen from a woman who maybe never had self-defense training ever, walk through that door? What kind of change? Yeah, you know where I'm going with it. Go ahead. I want
Confidence.
Yes.
Confidence boost.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, like I could really do that, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'm sure Chance has said it before, like, oh, I'm just going to see red. I've never had training, but in a pinch, I'll just flip the switch and go, well, you're not if you don't know where your switch is and how to turn it on and off yourself. So it's really important to have that and to have that grounding and have an outlet for any anger or whatever issues you're going through, and that, like, them being able to unlock that part of themselves, that mama bear part of themselves, is so key.
Yeah.
Some people don't think that they have it. They don't know that they have
Right.
it. If they do, you do. You just got to find it.
Yeah. So, like, I think what I've seen a lot of that always kind of blows my mind is a lot of women who come in and it's so hard for them to hit something or yell, or like, I never struggled with that. You know, I,
Which part? The hitting or yelling?
like
Okay.
that kind of, you know, worked for me for some years before martial arts. But they don't. It's very hard for them to access that.
Yeah.
And we all do have it. But women are not taught to be fierce.
That's true.
Women are taught to make other people feel comfortable, to smile, to say you're sorry, to, you know, be demure.
Yeah.
Like, we're taught to be caregivers. We're not taught to stand up for ourselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something that you really have to practice.
Yeah.
And that's like she was saying, you know, if a situation comes up and you haven't practiced ever hitting anything, you haven't practiced ever telling someone to back off or leave you alone.
Yeah.
It's not just you're not gonna suddenly, you know how to do that stuff.
Yeah.
Especially if you're someone who has a really hard time accessing those.
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
So yeah, I think what we tell people too is like, you know, you don't have to come here, go anywhere, you know, hit, get a punching bag and hit it in your garage.
Yes,
hit something.
Mm-hmm.
Hit something on a regular basis.
Yeah.
I mean, have someone teach you proper forms.
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, that too.
That is true.
Or use a stick.
You know?
Everything that you're learning, Alyssa, everything that you do.
Yeah.
So I love talking about this, especially with Chance and Philip and then Blas, and then you too, Nikki, and both of you, is like you don't remain stagnant.
Right.
Like you just started was it Kyokushin?
Kyokushin
And then and Muay Thai.
Yeah.
So you got your black belt here and then you're continuing on.
And I think, like, you know, we have Chance to thank for that. Like, I told him the other day, I'm like, I'm just so grateful that you are continuing your martial arts education, because if he wasn't doing it, I wouldn't be doing it. And I don't think you get that at every school. I think it's not every school owner or head instructor is someone who's continuing to be a beginner. And so the fact that he's modeling that for us,
Definitely.
like, I'm very grateful, because after I got black belt, I was kind of like, you know,
That's a
very,
real
like,
thing.
What is the point of continuing? You know what I mean? So it took, like, she's starting something new to fire me up.
And you're
again.
doing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm really
Pretty awesome.
What's weird for this podcast for me anyway, because usually Nikki's getting beat up by Blas back then, so we usually hear the punching bag going on in the background, which I think is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, Chance has definitely been that example. Of course, you've taken on, and you too.
Mm-hmm.
Have you? I mean, because what else are you training in right now?
Currently just Kali, but a year ago I was also doing Hangar Kung Fu, Shotokan Karate.
Okay, so you're more of the Japanese style of martial arts, if you will, or Korean, and like is that your?
Kung Fu is from China. I hate to break it to you,
No, I mean,
but
see,
the
I'm learning
Karate
something
Kid with Jaden Smith is not the Karate Kid.
I didn't watch.
Kung Fu Kid,
I didn't watch that.
and I will die on that hill.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Kung Fu is from China. Well, listen to me. Like sometimes I just talk. And everyone's
Kali
like,
is from the Philippines.
Okay.
Hangar Kung Fu is from China. Shotokan Karate is from Japan.
This is why you are Master Pruett and I am just Jimmy Klaus. That is why. But that's more your. I mean, you kind of gravitate more towards that, like region side, because like jujitsu, of course. Well, jujitsu, I think. So I'm probably gonna say
Japan.
Exactly, originated in Japan.
But then it was
still,
refined in Brazil. So.
right. So is that more kind of your
Philippines are not an Asian country, are they?
Southeast Asian. Wow. Yeah.
Look at me.
We are learning something new.
I was never good at geography.
I like these
Stick around, ladies and gentlemen. And next, we will find out where Carmen San Diego is. We will find out later on. Do you remember watching that show?
Which one?
Where in the world, like
There's a new one.
like where they have to grab the flag, they put it on the country and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, man, it's
I used
kind
to
of
play
like
the computer game.
it's kind of I remember the
it's
video
like
game too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could have said
It's the good old 90s.
You know, but every time those kids ran that flag, and a lot of it was like Africa, like, oh, where's, I was like,
Watch there.
oh, why anytime? Well, I was like a PBS. I don't know if it was PBS or whatever, but there was this game show that where in the world's Carmen San Diego that the kid would have to go like Nicaragua, and then they would have to grab the flag and then run
I
into
would
the.
lose.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I would do too. Like now, it's kind of like me watching the Olympics now. Like, oh my God, you couldn't even run a 40 in like less than like, oh my God, like those kids, like those kids like with the flag, like, oh my God, look how dumb they are. You don't know where that country is. I'm with you. I would bomb that. God, I feel so sad for me. Anyway, so we talked about the music thing. What kind of flavor of movies are you into? I mean, you just said Karate Kid, so.
Well, I didn't say that was one of my favorites.
Well, I just got quiet.
I do prefer the older one. But it was cool. I just wish they would rename it, but
Instead of Karate Kid, the Kung Fu Kid?
something. I don't know.
Okay.
It's yeah.
I didn't see
I don't
it.
know. It's a similar story but different country, and so the name didn't work out as well as.
Were you mad when you watched that movie? Like, because they kept calling it Karate Kid instead of Kung Fu Kid?
Well, they don't say it in the movie. It's only on the title,
Oh.
And so, but yeah, I was a little put out. I was like,
Hollywood, why did you mess with the song?
that's on karate, that's kung fu. So, but yeah. I was like 16 when that came out.
So if you had to pick, it would be sci-fi, martial arts kind of, or would it be like a romance sort of stuff? Like, what's the word I'm looking
Adventure,
for?
fantasy,
Okay.
like Lord of the
Like Lord of the Rings? Like,
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings, not the
okay.
Hobbit movies.
Or not the Hobbit movies? I am sort of the Hobbit movies. So
They resurrect a dead character. Like in the books, the character was dead. They resurrect him. The white orc dude is like Thorin's grandfather or something killed him.
Oh,
He was dead. Yeah.
you're
And
more
so a big part. No, I don't like that though. Very much.
Well, isn't that sci-fi? No,
It's not. It's fantasy. But
I ordered a whole lot.
But one of the main plot points of the Hobbit movies is that, like, albino orc or whatever he is.
Yeah.
And he's not in the book, so they lost me
They
there.
lost you there?
Yeah, they lost me there. But Lord of the Rings original movies,
Okay.
extended cut.
All right, get your act together, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Stop lying to society.
Seriously.
Stop making people think that everyone in Japan knows karate and China knows karate, because they don't.
They
right?
don't. They don't. So yeah, those horse movies.
Horse movies.
Horses are my favorite.
Well, yeah. You ride horses?
Not as often as I want to,
Oh, would you have?
but I have.
Okay. Like horse movies, like what?
Yeah.
Do they have horse movies?
Wild Hearts
see-
Can't Be Broken. An oldie but a goodie. It's based on a true story. I mean, there's romance in it, but yeah, true story of this girl, Sonora Webster, and she ran away from home because she was going to be put in like an orphanage or foster home or something. Anyway, she joins this, not a circus, but something like that, and does diving horses. So she climbs this like 50-foot tower, and the horse runs up the ramp. She mounts the horse, and the horse jumps off into a pool. Pretty sick.
It is. All right. Well, they have Seabiscuit. I
Yeah,
did that. That's a
there's
horse
that too.
movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Seabiscuit, Spirit, Stallion of the Cimarron.
They have a lot of horse movies. I had no
They
idea.
do. They have a lot of not good horse movies, but those are some good ones.
Yeah. Well, I guess Lord of the Rings is a horse movie.
Oh yeah.
There's horses in Lord of the Rings.
Yes, they're very beautiful horses in Lord of the Rings.
Shrek.
Yeah,
They had a horse. Well, Shrek donkey turned into a horse.
loosely. Yeah, that was the second one.
Okay, so we talked about that. Alyssa, listen, is there anything else? Listen, I've loved this is going to surprise you, but it's already been an hour.
No, I was watching the time on the thing, so
I know.
Yeah.
This has been
I was
fun.
like, wow, 59.
I can see that.
24.
Yeah. Do you wear glasses? Do you wear glasses? Do you have contacts?
No, but I've been waiting to need glasses for a long time.
Oh,
Because I want them.
oh yeah.
Because you
I
want
think they're
glasses.
cool too. Never needed them.
I think they're adorable.
They are cool.
I mean, good God.
Your adorable glasses.
My adorable glasses. Yeah, see? This is the abuse chance. Come back. Come back. I'm just messing. Is there anything else though that for now we talked about the women, the young ladies, let's say parents. We'll leave it on this note here in the podcast. Parents that have young girls and get into martial arts, what would you say to them?
Do it. Like, just do it. You have no idea, like, the positive impact it's going to have on your little girl. And I mean, the world we live in now is kind of scary. It's pretty sketchy. And your girl should know how to defend herself. You're not going to be able to be there for her all the time, you know? But even if she never has to use it, like I've never had to use my martial arts, they say that when you know how to fight, you don't have to because you have the confidence, and a predator isn't going to want to attack someone who has confidence. It's true confidence.
Yes.
You know, I can look someone in the eye and speak to them. I can yell at someone and say, stop it. No, don't do that. You know? So
True.
It's, discipline, respect, responsibility. So many good things, so many life skills that are so necessary that will come out of martial arts and fitness too. Yeah.
Nikki, you mentioned something earlier about like you didn't have to be trained to yell and hit, right? Because before you got onto the mats, but now that you've already been trained and on the mats, obviously we don't go around and hitting and yelling at people.
No.
Now.
Not anymore.
So what has martial arts? Yeah, not anymore. What has martial arts though done for you in that sense, right? Because we talked about the confidence, discipline. I mean, you were Nikki A, now you're Nikki B or whatever.
Yeah.
Nikki Z.
Nikki Z.
Well, I can't recommend therapy enough as well.
Yes.
You know, I can't recommend, if you need psych meds, go talk to a doctor if you have stuff going on. But the kind of, the package of things that I have done in my life to like get better, including martial arts, have, 100%. Like I have an outlet I don't have like fits of rage. And a lot of people struggle with that. Like I know there's a lot of people walking around really, really angry. Yeah. And I used to be one of those people. And that was modeled for me. Yeah. I learned how to do it as very young. And so, like now I have a place to put that.
Right.
And I don't have to, scream at the top of my lungs in the Target parking lot. You know what I mean? Like there is some, So, and then like she said, just the confidence and that's a big deal. That's something that I never had. I probably had like false confidence. Like people might have thought that I was confident, but I wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
And so now I just have never been more relaxed in who I am. Yeah. Even though I'm not like a super relaxed person.
You hide it well. You do it well.
But so I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it does. Absolutely does. Yeah. No, it absolutely does because you guys answered. Listen, I have nothing but love and respect for you ladies. And to all the ladies out here, if you're local, I highly suggest that you at least come over here to Legends. So my school is Excel Academy. So I always try to make people go over there, but I highly encourage you ladies to come check out the program here because there are more ladies here at Legends.
Yeah, we have a lot.
There's a lot.
And there's a lot of moms.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in their 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Even 60s.
Like teenagers.
Brand new, teenagers. Yep. The whole spectrum.
Yeah.
A lot of kids.
And that's here local at Legends. If you are listening and you're not local, because I know we have a lot of people who aren't local, do your research. Check around your area, check around for a good program. If it were me and I would give someone advice, I tell people, go give the week trial. Yeah. If they have a week trial, go check it out, right? There is nothing wrong with going to a school and going, hey, you know what, this might not be the fit. I'm going to go try a different school. I just highly encourage get your daughters onto the mats. Moms, get on the mats. Moms, I'm sure you're carrying some anger too. at the end of the day. Great outlet to punch people. Find someone you can trust sparring. I don't know how I became that person for the ladies that I know around my life, but they beat me up an awful lot. And then I highly encourage you guys just to get them to master the confidence and discipline.
Yes.
Alyssa, go ahead. Go. What are you going to say?
While you're trying out a school, I would challenge you to try your best to make a friend. Even if you just do the week trial, get outside yourself, introduce yourself. It's really easy. I used to be very shy, and a trap that I fell into a lot was, oh, nobody's asking to hang out with me. Nobody's inviting me places. I also wasn't going and talking to people, and maybe you look unapproachable.
Yeah.
So get outside yourself, go ask somebody to be your friend, introduce yourself, put your whole heart into the trial, because if you don't, you won't know if that's the right place for you or not.
Awesome. And on that note, listen, I told you I'm a fanboy because I think your karate is phenomenal. I think you're a great person, a great example. If Journey turns into half of what you ladies are, I'm in a very good spot because you guys.
She's pretty amazing.
You guys are pretty vicious though when it comes to karate and the work that you guys do, and not being afraid of trying new things. That's awesome, guys. Listen, go like us, subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Facebook. We're on there. Instagram. We're on there. And if I don't do, I'm pretty much the internet guy, or with that, Chance does a lot of the editing or does all the editing. So this is our Poor Mates podcast. Welcome to the Poor Mates podcast. I appreciate that, and I want you on the show again because it's going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we got to work in your schedule down. All right, guys. Listen, nothing but love. You guys have a great day.
Bye. Bye.